So what is unique about CBA that is different from other high schools in the area? I actually am pretty uniquely qualified to answer this question because I have a private practice as well as the practice that I have within CBA. So I see students from all across the region that come to me to help with their college application narratives. And I think the unique thing about CBA is the fact that they actually have a fairly flexible or elastic program, so it can meet the needs of the child. Whereas in other high schools, you get, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but you get sort of moved through the process in a very specific way, and there's not a lot of flexibility in that. And so the flexibility that CBA provides is very unique to a student. The other thing is the Summit series of courses at CBA are really, really wonderful for the college application. It's almost tailor fit for a college application because you learn about careers, you learn how to express yourself, you develop a personal portfolio, you do an internship, and then you do a capstone research project and present it in a TED-like talk. And so all of that fits in beautifully to the college application process. And I've helped multiple kids from CBA get full rides to University of Maryland, George Washington. My son went to Columbia, and there's many others. And I just think that, CBA is a really great high school experience. I think the thing that is new about the college application process is that there's a lot more essay process to the whole thing. Most selective colleges have at least 2 or 3 supplemental essays in addition to the common application essay. And most kids don't know that like 90% of scholarships come from the university you apply to. There are some little scholarships here and there, but the best chance for a scholarship is an awesome application to a college or university. And so that's what I help with. Basically, I'm identifying 9th graders that have probably very high potential for selective college admission. And I'm hitting them immediately and talking to them about what their hopes and dreams are and trying to get them move them in the direction of a story that they can tell those universities and colleges. The other thing that's unique about CBA is the life skills and the way they focus on those. Because one thing you learn as a college application sort of editor is you want them to focus on skills and life skills and emotional qualities, or like EQ things that show that the student has the ability to do well in college. So things like grit and collaboration and teamwork and those types of things. And while other schools, kids are on teams in other schools and stuff, they don't really get the language of the teamwork or the collaboration that they get that's through CBA, because we've talked about it so many times in so many contexts that kids really understand what it means and they're able to express it more fully in their college applications. Kids from other schools, I sort of have to hold their hand through that process and say, here are some, life skills. Which ones of these do you exhibit and how do you exhibit them? And they're not as verbal in the topic. So the one thing that I think that that really popped out to me immediately about CBA, and I actually saw it with my own son who went here. He was like the second graduating class, and it was a new process, but I've seen it with every student throughout, is that there's a passion for learning that isn't filled with dittos or rote work. It's more because of the project-based nature of the school, and the way that kids can revisit a skill. If they did poorly on an exam, they can go back and prove proficiency in it. That it actually shows this a really unique and lovely way of learning that I don't see at other schools, because the kids don't see learning as an endpoint. I learn this and I'm done. They go, did I learn it enough? And can I go back and make it better? And I think that's fabulous for the rest of your life. And I would say that CBA has a lot of really great opportunities and experiences that make it a great choice for high school. For example, there's several children here that have really high math skills. And what are we going to do with those kids, and how are we going to help them get into like MIT or Stanford or University of Chicago? And so I've been kind of very central to them finding projects that can help them tell a math story. And so, for example, there's one student here who's applying to a program at MIT, and that would be something he would do in high school and would probably serve as his LEAP and his capstone. I've actually helped to set up an internship interviews for another student who's really interested in astrophysics. And so we're trying to get her placed in some programs so that she can tell a really deep and very academic story in her area of academic interest. So I guess I would tell a parent who has a child in 8th grade that it's not life or death. The high school decision, there are so many variables, and you can't make a wrong decision. It's more about throwing it all in and making a decision and just going with it.